up to another good morning. Time to go. Oh, we are all looking for adventure. We are all looking for adventure. We are all.
Welcome back to the 3x5 Live
podcast.
On this podcast, we chat about mindset, productivity,
well-being, wellness,
Yes.
self-care,
Yes.
all the things.
Jessie was yawning before we started.
I was, but I'm back. I'm here.
All right, good.
I'm good.
All right, last week we spoke about curiosity, creativity,
Fear.
and fear, and I thought it was fantastic.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed that one. And
It
just
was Elizabeth Gilbert's words, but
just the thought process of, those two feelings being in a car with you on a journey, and
that it's okay to acknowledge the fear, but don't let fear drive.
that's right.
That was
It's not
the moral.
taking the
That was the
wheel.
moral of the story, in case you didn't listen to the other one. But I do feel like when I'm in alignment to my creativity, whether it be something small or something big, that I feel like I just like exude energy, and it energizes me. I say all the time, it's like a high, right? Like you're like, oh, this is amazing, and it pours outward. So if you can tap into creativity as much as possible, I think that you're never going to regret it.
I would agree too. So this week we're going to kind of talk about going into the holidays. We don't really have anything specific, but we're about to head into the holiday season, and there's a lot of emotions that come in with the holidays. And so there's the financial aspect, there's the family dynamics. One thing that we're trying to do right now is our kids are about to turn 8 and 5, and being really intentional. We're in this little window right now where there's certain belief systems that we don't want to just let roll by. So we're scheduling things on the calendar with them. Not only just this is when we're going to go on the Santa train ride and things like that, to be really intentional with the time in our weekends over the holidays, but also some give back days, some days that we're going to take them to. We haven't done it yet, but like find some type of charitable work. And being really intentional about that as we're entering, this holiday season.
Yeah, one of our core values as a family is McFarland's are helpers and give back. And I feel like that's something that we need to be more intentional about, for sure. Full transparency. I mean, COVID was a little bit tricky with trying to like go out into the community a little bit more, but that is something that is so important and near and dear to our hearts. And I feel like if you don't schedule it in and you don't prioritize it, it's so easy to just like let it go by the wayside. So that's like a goal for us specifically this holiday season. We've talked a lot about trying to do that a little bit more intentionally.
Yeah, like I usually always ring the bell for Salvation Army as just like a little thing I do with some guys I work with, but bringing the kids along, and scheduling time with them to do little things like that over the holiday season. But also there's a lot of stressors. And I really go into these holidays. I always bring up the Jesse Itzler, but he always talks about like how many more, Christmases do you have with your parents or loved ones or that uncle that annoys you? You only have so many of those experiences with them. So instead of, going into that event with dread or like, what's Uncle Larry going to say? But like, how many times do I get to see Uncle Larry?
Yeah.
And come at it from that angle, because it's the only way that some of us are going to get through some of those experiences.
I think too, like that, and to your point, when you are with your family, it's very easy to like shut down and almost like be quiet and like be an observer, because there's a lot of chaos and stuff going on. So even thinking through how and visualizing, like do like a visualization of how you want to show up to that Thanksgiving dinner or that get together that you're kind of dreading. But are you bringing the joy? Are you asking questions that makes other people feel safe, supported, secure, and stimulate some conversation? I'll never forget when Brian's Opa passed away. Right before his Opa passed away, he randomly, before we even, because it was pretty unexpected, before we even knew, you had gone up there and you had asked him a whole bunch of questions about his life that Brian had never had the opportunity to really unpack with him before. And I know how sacred that is to you now, looking back, that you have that time. So to Brian's point, how many more conversations could you have that are geared towards uncovering information that you might not have known before, like digging deep into a conversation versus like the surface level, like, how are you? I'm great. And how's school? Awesome. Like the same conversations.
Yeah. And like almost come prepared with some questions like we talked about last week. Lean into some of these engagements with curiosity. If it's someone that you haven't seen in a year, then really, just the surface level things like Jessie's saying. And if you prepare some of these questions to really kind of it's so crazy. A lot of our uncles, aunts, cousins, we don't know that well in a lot of regards, unless they live down the street from you. And coming to those conversations with intention. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I mean, that's one way, right? Like, so the one way with the conversations to just kind of bring that joy. But I liked when you were talking about the scheduling piece. These weeks fly by.
Yes.
And I also challenge you maybe not to overschedule, because I think some of our favorite memories and our kids' favorite memories, they crave being home and cozy and quiet and baking and doing some of those things that are kind of like sacred traditions to your family.
Yes.
I think
that's
Bryan
another thing is tradition.
Yeah.
Which your brother brought up to us years ago of like establishing traditions when we first, had a young family. It's just things that we repeatedly do, even if they're super corny, just having a tradition. So it's one of those things, if you have a few, it's cool to be like, all right, what other tradition could we start this year? If you do have a young family, that then we can just repeat every year. And
that's something that you take into adulthood. Like I still remember and have adopted and still do some of the traditions that I had growing up. So you would think that you're setting this foundation for your kiddos to also have that experience where then, they get married and they have a family, and then they still carry some of those traditions through. And it makes it feel a little bit more special. And I guess not like you're just like flying through it, like that you're actually grounding down into that quality time and really, really focusing on it.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing, I will bring up, I wasn't going to bring up like food and booze and all that stuff, but that does impact your energy levels. It does. So, if you're just on this kind of like holiday, let everything loose, just be mindful that might be why you are a little off or edgy or, not your best self.
Tired and not really motivated to do any of the things that that you set out to do.
Yeah, because I've been known to do that in the past where it's just the holidays, but then I'm just tired the whole time through the holidays and I'm not showing up, with my family to be my best self because I'm just, having too much fun.
It's still fun. It's just a different kind of fun. It's paying for it in the morning, right?
Exactly.
Just being mindful of that for sure.
So we just kind of wanted to riff a little bit on the holidays, get you thinking about them. They're coming up, showing up with intention, start scheduling things with your families now so they're on the calendar.
We'd love to hear about some of your traditions. We're always looking for some new ones for our family as well. But it'd be awesome if we could get in the community some lists together and maybe learn from each other and see if there's something that you might want to adopt for your own families.
Yeah, exactly. And then also some charity work.
Yeah, for sure. Local charities or things or places that need donations or help. That would be an awesome platform for us to start sharing some of that too. Getting some of those opportunities together so that we can strengthen our 3x5 community, but also outreach to other communities in our local areas and beyond.
Exactly. So that's really all we have for you this week. Enjoy the holiday season. We'll say it here. We'll probably say it again in a few episodes, but
it's a long holiday season.
It is. All right, guys, until next week, make it a fantastic week. Subscribe, share,
like, follow,
all that good stuff.
All of it.
See ya.
Hello world, wake me up to another good